Hello, my name is Brooke Colaiezzi, and I'm a researcher with the International Dietary Data Expansion Project, the Index Project, which is out of Tufts University in the United States. Today I'm going to talk to you about Index24, an innovative global dietary assessment platform developed by the Index Project for increasing the availability, access, and use of dietary data. So increasing the availability, access, and use of dietary data in low and middle income countries is the overall objective of the Index Project. And I should point out that specifically, we are interested in increasing individual level quantitative dietary data. And the Index Project has a number of different objectives, but the objective that is most relevant to our presentation today is our objective 1, to develop technologies to standardize and streamline the collection and analysis of individual level dietary data. So why the need for this objective? Well, we know that routine individual level dietary data collection in low and middle income countries is limited by a range of challenges. The 3 main challenges that we've identified are listed on the slide. First one being limited resources. It is time consuming and resource intensive to regularly collect these data, particularly at national level. So that is one hindrance to that regular collection. Secondly, incomplete infrastructure is another challenge. And when we talk about incomplete infrastructure, we're talking about the availability of digital tools for data collection in low and middle income countries, data collection of this kind. Plus also, importantly, the lack of a centralized and accessible database or repository of dietary data inputs that are needed in order to collect this information. And by inputs, we mean things like food composition data, lists of commonly consumed recipes, portion conversion factors, and so on, which are all necessary for processing of dietary data. And then thirdly, there are a number of technical and methodological challenges that prevent the regular collection of this information. So in order to address these challenges and scale up this data, the Index Project identified a number of priority technology needs that its Index24 platform should exhibit. The first being it should prevent reinventing the wheel with each new survey. So this addresses the challenge associated with incomplete infrastructure and the need for researchers to reinvent the wheel, or basically recreate food composition tables, lists of commonly consumed recipes, and so on with every dietary survey because they are not able to access this information. Secondly, it should enable adaptability across varied contexts. So this actually also addresses the incomplete research infrastructure point. The data collection tool should be adaptable to different contexts. It shouldn't be designed for one particular survey or one particular context. Thirdly, it should standardize data collection approaches according to global best practices. And fourth, it should streamline data processing and analysis. And then finally, targeting the challenge of high resource requirements, Index24 should shorten the time and cost required to launch a dietary survey and produce usable dietary data. So this slide presents a diagram of the Index24 dietary assessment platform. And you'll see that the Index24 platform has 3 main components that are linked to each other. The first component on the left is the Index24 web app, which is an online database that researchers can create accounts to and search for dietary data inputs to use in their own survey or upload their own inputs. And we have the 4 main types of dietary data inputs listed here on the slide. The web app is linked to the Index24 mobile app, which is a data collection tool used on an Android device, either a smartphone or a tablet. And then finally, the last component is the Index24 analytical reporting feature, also linked to the other 2. So the reporting feature produces a gaps report to assist researchers in identifying information gaps that need to be filled in their data set before the dietary data can be fully processed. And it also produces a number of processed data sets and also raw data sets that can be downloaded and further analyzed by researchers in a statistical software program. This slide presents a little bit more information on the three main components. So one of the greatest advantages of the Index24 web app is that it is a centralized, accessible repository of dietary data inputs. So making available information that previously has been difficult for researchers to access. As mentioned, it enables input sharing among users, so users can create an account to the web app and search for food composition data, recipes, food descriptors, and portion conversions that other researchers have shared on the web app, or they can upload their own. And as mentioned, the web app links with the Index24 mobile app. And the mobile app is a 24-hour dietary recall application that is used on a tablet or a smartphone. It's based on the multiple pass method. It's interviewer administered and can be used offline, so it can be used in environments with low internet connectivity. The Index24 mobile app is customizable to different research contexts, so you can customize it for your context by including your own dietary data inputs for your particular context. You can customize it via language translation, edits to the questionnaire text, and so on. And you can also add your own survey modules to the mobile app. And then finally, it also guides interviewers via help and hint text, so that standardizes the interview process. Finally, the analytical reports, as mentioned, produce a gaps report. So this report highlights things such as, for instance, if a respondent reports a food that was not in your database, it will highlight that that particular food needs food composition data that you will need to provide in order to be able to fully process your data. It also produces a number of summary statistics on per nutrient intakes, total intakes, food group intakes, food and nutrient intakes, and as mentioned, it allows researchers to download the raw data if they like and process the data further in a statistical software program of their choice. Thank you very much for your time. Please feel free to check out our website or contact us at our email address or Twitter account. Thank you very much.